Hello and welcome back. This is Dump Run. We are making this animated short film in Blender step by step. So if you've never watched one of these before, what I do is I'm just working through the film linearly, bit by bit, doing everything. So if you've ever wanted to watch someone make a short film, learn how to do it, this is what you should be watching. All right, so let's see where we left off last time. I'm gonna just come over here. We're just gonna quick look at what we're up to. So we're working on this shot where, let's see, we come up. He swings, jumps. The other one grabs him. That one looms up. We've got the dramatic reveal. All right, cool. So we were doing the grab and the jump and then the final fling. So we're spending a lot of time on this section because it's really important that we get it right. And it's sort of the climax of this whole bit. So it's just really important that it reads and that it works. So this really worked for me just watching it just then. I was really good. I really like the build up to this moment. It feels clear to me what we're looking at, what's happening, that this guy's, you know, the danger and the threat. He's looming up and he's going to come in. We've got this nice reverse on our characters. He gets ready to jump and now we got to figure this bit out. So I feel like we lose a little bit here. And the reason for that, I think my first impression just in watching it, is so he's kind of going out of frame. So he's going like the claw, the claw like lurches down out of frame. It doesn't feel as impactful as, say, you know, he was lurching at us in filled frame, for example, or, you know, really dominated the space and our little guy just narrowly escaped to the corner of the frame. So we got a lot of empty space as well. So it's not a good frame, but that's all right. We were just setting this up last time, if I remember correctly. Maybe not. Maybe this was what we spent our time on. I hope not. Anyways. All right, so I'm going to just pop back here and just make sure I've got all my views set up well enough for you guys. I think so. This is it's been a while since I've done this series. It's been like I'm getting like one episode a month out. My goal, okay, you guys hold me to this. I'm going to try and do 30 minutes of this every day for the next 30 days, all right? If I don't, just tear me apart in the comments. There. Now we've got some accountability. All right, so I'll just set my timer as well. Make sure I actually keep track of how long I'm doing this. Hope you're doing well out there. Again, sorry for not editing these. It just would take me too long, and I'd never do anything. All right, so it leaps down. Let's build this moment. Let's build this moment a bit better. So I'll grab this camera. I don't have any names on these as well. I should probably rename this a little bit. But it's fine for now. It's fine for now. I don't really need to stress about that. Okay, so he's going to come down. Let's see if we can get a different framing that puts us in a bit tighter. And I want to think about how it's going to cut with this shot. So we're looming up and over. So it would be good to be like, I want to really just fill the frame with this guy. So let's try that. Let's try that. I might keep this camera as an alternate option. So I'm going to select it and go Shift-D. And so now this 0.004 is the one that we want. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the name the same. So I'm going to hit F2 over here to change the name. Go back, hit 2 so it matches. And then I'm going to go -B, maybe _B. That way it sits next to it. And it's just a little bit clearer to me, you know, what's going on here. So now with this B camera selected, I'm going to come down here underneath my timeline and hit Control-B to bind this marker to that camera. All right, now that we've got that, now I'm pretty sure this is the only time we cut to this camera. So all these extra keys are just holdovers from different points where we've just duplicated the same camera over and over again. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to hit A over here to select all the channels for this camera, and then A over here to select all the keyframes, and then X to delete all those keys. And then I'm going to come up here into my viewport, make sure I've got locking camera to view turned on. There it is. So view lock camera to view. That's what we want. So I can just move around with this. So let's see. First, let me think about the screen direction. So he is living in, all right. So our little dudes owns the left hand and the dangerous claw owns the right hand of frame. Am I consistent with that here? Yeah, sort of. Actually, it's a bit off, isn't it? He's looking left when he should be looking right. Got to keep that. Oh, when we start the shot, he's looking left. That's why it feels like it works. Then he kind of swings over. I'm not going to touch it because I like this shot. I think it works. We might, when we get the rendering, we might see his eye and it might make it feel like it's a line cross, but for now, I think. But I will keep the right-left combo here. I'm going to push in. I'm going to really fill the frame and I'm going to get low, real low. Let's see if we can hold him in frame somewhere like this. Let me just, am I in pose mode or something? No, where is my camera? I'm going to make sure I set a keyframe for select active camera. I've got Shift B, so I'm going to go Shift B. There he is selected for me. This is a really handy thing. So if you're clicking on lots of stuff and then you hit Shift B, it'll just automatically select the camera that's active, and then I'll just zoom over to it. And what I want to do is, see, am I in local? Yep. So I can just hit R and X. That will rotate me on the local X-axis, which is the tilt. Y is pan. I'm just gonna create a frame like this. It's pretty cool. I wonder what this is gonna look like rendered. I should probably just have a look. Although I should be careful, and I haven't really set this up for that. So let it compile. It's gonna take a bit of work, I think, to light this scene and get all the materials working. Well, materials are pretty much good, but like lighting this scene's gonna be tough. Look how dark this is. These spaces. I mean, there's a lot of fog, but oh, that's right. This is technically like light coming from that skylight, so that's helpful. That's kind of cool. All right, we'll make it look really good. Don't worry. Okay, so something like this, and I'm going to be. Let's see, this is the thing. He's going to come towards us, so I don't want to complicate this shot with too much motion. I want it to be really clear. So I don't think I'm going to move my camera. I'm going to try and find a spot where I can just park the camera, let him come to us. Okay, so let's just see what happens in this shot. Yeah, see, that's so much better already. All right, let's go to where he's going to land, or yeah, somewhere around here where we can actually get to a point where we can see where he's going to go. So I'll try coming down. This will be tricky because he's going to be, right on top of this other arm. We may need to use a clipping plane to kind of like clip out this guy. So if you have the clip start, clip end on your camera settings, and that determines you can clip how far, like a plane in front of the camera to like not render stuff. And that can be really useful. Just having a hard time finding him. Oh, there he is. Okay. We just need an angle where we can see him. There we go. Maybe something like this. It'd be good if we could see the little guy as well. We need to come out to a wider lens. It's probably a bit too tight on a 60. So let's try, let's go 35. Let's really come out. I'm going to bring that clipping plane back and see if it matters. No. Oh, good. All right. So I'll go back to 0.1. That's kind of where I like to keep it. Clip start 0.1. But if you go lower than that, you start to get weird artifacts in the rendering sometimes. So now I've got auto keying turned on, so that move has set some keys. So I'm going to delete those. So again, there's no keys on the camera. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, it's going to be so good. All right. This is definitely cool. All right, let's see. How well does it cut though? Oh yeah, that's sick. That's just like intense. Okay, now we do lose a lot here when this bit starts to intersect. We might be able to come forward a touch more, possibly, and go wider. I'm just wondering if we can catch a bit of our dude. So let me grab the Z controller. I'll just push forward. So we're right up in here. And I might rotate X a touch more and just come up a little bit. And then let's try a 24. Again, I'll delete those keys. Let's see how it looks. Oh, look at that. And then he lands like right in frame. Douche. And then we cut. It'd be nice probably to cut on the jump so he's in the air still a little bit. All right, so when we get to this point, I kind of want to like tilt up. So when I said about, not moving the camera. I kind of mean for this first part where he's coming towards us. But once we're stationary, I'll just put my phones on. Okay. There we go. So right about here, I'm gonna grab my camera and I to a keyframe for rotation. And then I just want to grab the X channel and I'm going to come forward to about here. And then I only select a channel. I can actually just grab this keyframe and just pull it up a touch. Well, not that much. Although, do I really need to? Like, look at it. He's kind of right in the right spot. Okay, maybe we don't need to do anything. Let's just leave the camera as is. See how it plays. One thing that's helpful sometimes to set a preview range with P. Just play it on loop. All right, so I feel like I need to cut out of this shot sooner. Like it's a really great, like quick lunge, but as soon as he's like right here, I kind of want to see what's going on a bit better. So cutting out to like this, let's see, what does it look like? And then this camera, what we can do, we don't have any keys yet on this one, I don't think. Yeah, no, just some basic stuff. Let's delete that. I'm gonna actually Shift B, select the camera that we're looking through, and then rotate Y. I'm just going to frame up a bit better so we're a little tighter. Maybe even kind of come back a little bit, something like this. Let's just see. Okay, let's stretch this cut out. I'm just going to keep playing this until I can find the moment where it feels good. I think this is actually pretty good right here. We needed some like additional motion on him. And I probably don't want to see him landing just yet. So let's switch to that. I'm going to, actually, before we do that, let's think about this camera. Let's come over here. Let's see, just check our time. So let's, I'm going to come round. I'm going to come around a little bit. Which actually, it might be better to stay profile because it's so confusing, like what's happening visually. We got to keep it clear. Profile is going to be really clear, right? You know, like you can really see what's happening here. With that, I'm going to extend my preview range a bit. Let's see, I want to get... Yeah, I feel like I need to get the action of this guy kind of figured out a little bit more for this back half to know where the camera needs to go. So we're going to pivot over from camera work to character work. And I'll just grab his master controller. I'm going to have a look, grab all of his channels, just have a look at how they read on the graph editor. So he's jumping. And this one I can see that curve there. That's probably the Z position. Yep. So if I just expand up on this one. If you don't know how to do that, by the way, I middle mouse click, like holding my middle mouse button and holding control. You can see my controls just here, and then dragging it around kind of changes the scale of the view. Really helpful. And then shift middle mouse button is moving me around. That's really good to get used to those controls. All right, let's extend out his jump. So I'm going to grab X on, oh, I got an extra key there. I'll delete that. Grab like that. I'm going to grab this curve and just kind of bring it up so it's a bit more of a proper arc. It's clean and even. He's going to go jump. And we'll have to need to change his location keys. Which way is it again? I don't remember. X is towards the direction we're going. Okay, so the X location. Again, I'll delete that extra key and we'll have a look at the Z location. We want to match it to this point. So grab this. So I grab that and then bring that like this. And he doesn't look like he's doing a whole lot. Let me look at him here away from the camera. He jumps. Oh, okay, yeah, so it must be a bit of Y location as well. It's always hard to know exactly which one's controlling things or really, making the motion work because it's sometimes different from what you can see there. That's good. All right, that feels like an arc now. Yeah, that's good. So we can see him for a little bit in that top shot. And then we see him land as well, which is helpful. We'll have a bit of like follow through animation on that land. Let's see. I'll grab this right here and down. Why? I'll just pull that up right here. So it's like his head's up and then it goes down. And I'll also get his body to kind of extend. So I want him to, he's got a good pose here. And as he lands, we need to, let's see, grab Y, extend his body up and back like this, I think. Douche, he lands, and then we'll come down and forward. So center of weight, just really center of gravity pushes forward. And then we'll correct, come back up, back, up like this. There we go. He's got a little bit of a double move there, which I don't like. Little bob. Bobbin and weave. All right, location. So look at the Z location for that. So he comes down, up, down. It's that one that I don't like. So I might, okay, that's not giving me what I want. I'll just have a look at all X, Y, and Z because I think it's all these guys combined. So I might just select them and delete those. Oh, he's going to stand up. Oh, it's kind of cool. So he leans back. Yeah, we should probably, I'll extend this. So I'll Shift D to duplicate and hit X to lock him in. He stands up. I mean, I'll just change him a little bit, like just give him some life. Maybe should he turn back, like should we Shift Y and drag him around like he's going to look? This, like what's happening? Let's have a look at that. I feel like he'd start to look sooner. So like maybe delete these. It's funny with him disappearing in a frame. We'll need to extend this moment, I think. It's a bit too quick. If we're cutting to this shot at the right point, if I need to like extend it a little bit, let me just see. There's a bit of weirdness. It's hard to call. I'm not an editor, so sometimes I run into these things where it's like an editor would know exactly how to cut this, and I'm like looking at it going, I think I got it right. I think I got it right. Maybe. All right. Well, I'll just leave it. I find that when I look at things fresh a couple days later, it really helps. I can get a clear idea if I've done the right thing or not. All right, let's think about this moment. So he lands on the arm and he looks back. The important thing here is clarity. Like I said, I might maybe what happens if we bring that cut up a bit even more? What happens if we get rid of that camera? I'm just curious. Like if we go straight from this to that, it's a bit clearer, but it's not as exciting. All right, let's undo that. Just playing with the cut point. Let's get this bit working. I want to go back to my job sheet. Alt P to clear my preview region. And let's hit minus on the number keypad to collapse everything, and then plus once to open everything. It's nice and cleaned up now. Now, okay, so it's the smasher. That's what we're seeing, all these extra keys. I wonder if I should hide that. Can I hide it? If I untick, does it? No, it doesn't hide it. That's all right. So let's think. Well, we don't even need smasher for all this stuff, do we? Because we're kind of so far down the track, I could delete those. That'll help me see things a bit clearer. All right. Let's see. I feel like I kind of want to have these guys struggle a little bit. You know? So let's see, which rig is this? This is armature.001. I love our naming conventions on this. So bad. All right, so that's that. So it's just like a slow pull. I want to go back to like here. I could go into pose mode, IW, to do the whole character. And I'll need to get this guy. What's this guy? This is armature.003. So this one here. Go into pose mode, I and W for the whole character. Back out. And then also our little guy, droid rig. He's doing some stuff. Now he's on this because of a constraint, right? Yeah. Robo hand, armature once. So whatever we do there. So he does fly off. I want to delay that moment, which is right here. So that's the moment. So if I'm going to repeat here to here, I don't need to repeat his action, but I just need to make sure I move all of this stuff. I'll say from here. So right here, I'll go into pose mode. I'll hit I and W. That'll just key everything for him for here. In this moment, I'm just going to grab it and just move it off out of the way. And then what I want to do is grab those armatures that we were working on. So this one to this one. And this is the fling. Might come back one key because this first key feels like it's part of that fling. So I'm gonna hit I and W here, and I will grab one for this guy as well. So I and W back here. All right. So now what I can do is I can grab all this action and just grab it off. Oh, what is this? I'll grab that one too, just to be safe. Now, I do need to have these correspond though, timing wise. So I should probably undo all that real quick. Bring this one back. There, because it needs to be in line with the timing there. So, all right, let's just do that again. Pose mode, IW, object mode, pose mode, IW, object mode. Okay, so now what I can do is I can grab all of this and all of this. Was it that one? Just double check, grab the guy. It's that one. There. It was the first one where we had a key on the influence. We'll grab those. And these. Now all together, I can just slide them out of the way so they're off there. And then what I can do is I can take this and first I'll actually I'll just select both of those and then Shift D and bring them out. So now we're going to go back and then D, give it a bit of a struggle. And then we can pull it all. So grab all this, don't want that, grab all this. Yeah, cool, that'll work. And for this long pause, we need this guy to come back. A little bit. He's going. Not that much. And this one, we need to have it doing something. Oh, there to there. I like that little bit of extra movement. Doesn't really work. So right here, they start to slide. I kind of want to freeze this guy here. So I'm going to IW that to lock off his location and his position for the rig, and then I'll Shift D that key. Yeah, cool. This guy. I'm going to have him do a release. Grab pose mode. IW dot 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 dot. Right, and I'll move him back. This to this corner. Grab this, scale it up, and grab Y. Cool. It's a bit too much, too fast, but it's cool. Grab that. Awesome. Looking good. All right, making progress. So come in, jump, look. I need to fix him up. He's got a little double move there. See that? Let's grab this controller, pose mode, I. What happens there? Why do we have that? His pose is good. And then right here, so he goes back. All right, I'm going to delete those keys. It looks. And then I think he'll, like, his eye will go back maybe to this position. So I might Shift D, grab these, and then Shift D, grab these. So he's back, preparing himself, maybe even looking at his goal, which is up. And maybe as well, he'll kind of squat down. I feel like he needs to kind of be counterbalancing as well. Like, so. Whoa. Yeah, cool. I was really prepping for it. Awesome. All right, great. Well, that's where we're going to leave it today. Hope you enjoyed this little section. Making progress with it. Looking forward to jumping back in this tomorrow. Hold me to it. Another 30 minutes. Let's keep pushing this short film until we get done. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, hit that like button and subscribe and leave me a comment and all the things the algorithm can find this and promote it to more people. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya. Bye.